Lunchbox is brought to you by Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, now with events throughout the year.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. We are at Wicked Cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
And it's one of our favorite stops on the Lunchbox tour. I'm trying to multitask. I'm struggling today, Defo, because, well, you know what? Nobody wants to hear my problems, but...
Well, what's the deal? Lubie says that you're in worse shape than Joe Biden right now, that not only in the polls are you losing, but you're not feeling too well.
I don't know. It's this bug. It's kind of comes in waves. One day you feel like you're okay. It's not COVID. I've tested
it
because
good,
I'm a hypochondriac.
You look good.
But, yeah, I've had this headache. I've got fatigue, and I'm just going to battle through.
This might revive you being here. I think it will. Because I love this spot for a lot of reasons. One of the things, about the show that's great is that we've been to such a wide variety of places, from the highest end to, places like it's come in, grab some food and go. And this place always gets me excited to come to. I love Wicked Cheesesteaks. I'm glad that people on Let's Eat love it too.
Well, you know me, Defo. I'm a man of the people, and
you can be.
And so for
Did you apply for the New York Times job? That's all I want to know.
I'm not going for that.
What?
I can't. First of all, there's a lot of considerations. Right. Mainly that I have 0.0 chance of getting the job.
It doesn't matter. Zero. Even 0.00001.
I'm done with daily newspapers. That's it. I've left it all.
The New York Times. I don't care if they're in decline and Lubie hates them now. For being right.
They're actually one of the few outlets that are doing well because they have a very robust.
You on the food scene in New York, though, it's a natural.
Yeah,
it natural.
Could be. It could be.
You probably couldn't go to Phoenix right now and zero in on the food scene, or maybe Denver, Colorado, or Chicago, maybe a little chance. But New York, like the back of your hand. A lot of your references are New York. You would fit in really well.
I have
a
base of knowledge. The problem with New York is the cost of living, as bad as it is down here.
You work up at the Times, you could ask them for anything. Pretend you were making a lot of money here. That would be the key to number one, the salary demands.
The thing is the expense account alone for dining out every night is a wonderful perk. Yeah. The problem is you have to go home and actually sleep somewhere at night. In New York, I think they're cracking down on the homeless, so I couldn't just go into the middle of Washington Square Park.
The other day you could get a portisan on 42nd Street, and it was $5,100 a month. That included everything.
Meanwhile, we have Mike Lubie. Lubie's here. He's sounding suspiciously like me lately. I was like, how come no root beer today? Too much sugar. I've got to cut down on my cholesterol.
Sugars. I watch the sugars, and I watch fried.
You guys are the epitome of health. I love that.
Well, look at this guy.
He's not here, and they do a great everything, so I'm excited.
He's barely in his 40s, and he sounds like me already. And he
was always like that, though. I've known him since he was in his 20s, and he was like,
just take the pill. The blue pill, the red pill, the cholesterol pill, the sugar pill, they work wonders. I'm telling you.
You're eating whatever you want, and your cholesterol's going down.
This might be indisputable, though, that the best diet soda of all diet sodas is the Dr. Brown's Diet Black Cherry.
Do you think he had a real medical degree, or is it one of those doctors of education?
He's like the My Pillow guy,
or Dr. Jill Biden.
Yeah, I don't think he has any credibility.
Or Dr. Shaq.
But it happens to be, it came out. You used to find these diet sodas became very popular. You had even Diet Fresca, I think, at one point. Tab was hideous, but the Dr. Brown's was always good. You can do without the sugar in the Dr. Brown's.
No, I like the Diet Dr. Brown's. And, now that I've gone into the world of low sugar, no sugar, I have been trying out different diet sodas. I've never been a soda fan in my life.
It's probably best to get out of that category.
I never really drank any regular Coke, but I don't like Diet Coke.
You can't do Diet.
However,
Coke Zero?
Diet Dr. Pepper is one of the finest products on the market. I don't know what they do, if they're using sucralose or aspartame, but it tastes like regular soda, and I happen to love whatever the 23 secret ingredients and
It's
Dr.
ringing death, though. I mean, drinking.
That's
a lot of
another
sodas.
doctor.
Yeah, yeah.
All the doctors
the
do
guy's
good
name is
diet.
Ringing Death.
Well, Dr. Brown's,
Oh,
Dr.
here's the
Pepper.
thing. I think you need to go with like water enhancement. There's a product called Mayo. I don't know if you're
Yeah,
familiar
my
with
wife
that.
used to love that.
Very
think
good.
Val-
Very, very good. No sugar. Whatever they use.
Electrolytes,
Very nice taste.
flavors.
And you know, and it's, I don't know if it's good for you, but it isn't as bad as a soda, which everybody will tell you that drinking soda is ringing death.
I
Yeah,
know
it's
that
not-
Val comes around.
Unless
she
you're here at
carries,
Wicked Cheesesteaks.
she carries around some packets of like flavored things, and
Yeah.
it has
Nice.
electrolytes and it has no sugar, and she swears by the stuff, and it's a little bit better alternative than soda, and juices up your water. But if you're gonna come in here, it's kind of like entering
Yeah, if you're here,
the
it's a special
fantasy
treat.
land
Yeah.
where there are no calories, nothing counts.
You have to
against your
try one of
diet.
the root beers.
Yeah, you got to go
The
for
root
root
beers
They
are
were
great.
calling my name.
I've had
He's
almost
got
all of them.
the
That's why I wanted
display
this one.
case from all over the country, both diet and regular root beers, and yeah, it's one of the many wonders.
I had a confirmation of one of your bizarre theories too, from somebody I have great respect for in the restaurant business, and that was Harry Kappas of the Gale and Harry Kappas, owners of Las Patas. We're out to dinner, and we were talking about, for some reason, Philadelphia and Atlantic City, and he said that the broccoli rabe pork thing.
Yes.
Was far and away. This is a guy in the sub business for 50 years, and he said that was the best, the premium sandwich.
Now you're saying it should really.
Now he was
be-
paying a check, so I didn't dispute it and mention your name. But you know, I mean, he acknowledged it, and I thought, wow, I immediately thought of Mayo.
Most
I
food
really did.
aficionados will agree that the cheesesteak, and we look, Brian makes a wicked good cheesesteak here. At Wicked Cheesesteaks.
I would say it's
But-
1,000% the other way, that I would take a cheesesteak over that any day.
No, and I happen to love, and he put it on the menu. He did listen to me, and it got him nowhere because it didn't sell enough. They called the Mike Mayo, which was the roast pork with provolone
That might have been a
and
mistake.
broccoli rabe.
Had they just call it the pork sandwich, they might
I
have done
confuse
well.
people when they call it the Mc-
Well, yeah, because it was where's the mayo?
Where's
and there's
mayo?
no
I
mayo
want
on
mayo.
a roast pork. But if Harry Kappas said that, then yeah,
He was 100%
he's well
sincere.
versed in the
Yes.
food arts.
Well, and they originated in Pennsylvania. I mean, they didn't. They bought the Las Patas after the guy had moved down here. But
Right.
his original place, which is still in existence, was in Chester, PA. That's where they came
that's
from.
exactly right.
And they were kind of a
hoagies.
cheesesteak place, not necessarily a hoagie joint.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
But hoagies, and again, there was a thread. I don't know if you saw it the other day. It seemed like an exact deja vu repeat of something from 3 months ago, where somebody went into the Las Patas in Coral Springs,
Oh, they didn't like it. Yeah.
and they said the bread had changed. There was something about the bread that was
100%
not as
false, my
good.
friend.
Yeah, he
And-
was with them.
That
And-
was also announced at the Republican National Convention that they changed the bread of Las Patas, and it's a complete lie.
Hey,
I
by
can
the
assure
way,
you.
I hear the next RNC venue is going to be the Folsom Prison.
I love that.
That
The
way-
guys that are still in handcuffs are up there on stage. And then what's with this
They're
face
coming
change,
out right in their jail
Right
scrubs,
from-
and it's
Matt Getz and who's the
right,
woman?
no
Guilfoyle.
politics.
She looks
I
like
know.
a grouper, right? She looked exactly. The lips were the same as when I went to the
We
fish shack the
gotta-
other day. was
But it is
amazing.
remarkable how so many people who just got out of prison or going to
Very
prison or waiting to be
speaking, yeah.
sentenced for
hoping to get
crimes
pardoned before they go.
are all assembled in one spot. And like you said, you expect Johnny Cash to come out to be
Yeah,
the
it starts
entertainment.
singing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to brighten your day.
And tonight, I mean, gosh, I mean, the way the show of unity among the Republicans,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just Trump surviving the assassination and with his bandaged ear. Tonight, he's going to walk on water up to the stage.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
they
the
will.
real good story was that supposedly, and he stopped short of this, because we know how he likes to play the drama role, but he stopped just short of implying that he was dead and coming back from the dead to give his speech tonight.
Well,
That he'd been dead for 3 days on ice, and then he was going to come back from the dead and then win the presidency.
yeah, well, one of the candidates, yes, Joe Biden, and we hope he gets better
He's
soon
still
from
dead.
COVID.
Yeah, it's
And he needs a
and
standing 8 count
although
this
now
guy.
people
Yeah,
are saying that I look worse than Biden when I walked in here.
You
today,
look-
so-
No, you
Pretty
look
out
great
of it.
compared to Biden. Yeah.
You look pretty out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
You look good,
Oh
too.
man, how do we get to this trial?
What hits you when you come here? Yeah, what hits you?
and cheesesteaks, then these two
We go
candidates
everywhere.
that so
Well,
far.
what's the first thing you think of, though? You come in here, Wicked Cheesesteaks. Now, the pizza's great. I already was, the aromatic, deal there is fantastic. You walk in. The wings, I under, we haven't had them for a while.
We're having some today.
We're having
We're bringing
some
some
today.
out.
Cheesesteaks
I love
are
his
all
lobster
great.
rolls.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
his
the
lobster mac
rolls.
and cheese.
Lobster mac and cheese is big. He had
And
those poppers. Remember, Lubie?
He's
Those were
doing
great.
something different today because I asked for it. Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, which is something they
yes,
also do
because
here.
that's
which is
Oh,
really
those are
good for
good.
the
Yeah, yeah.
cholesterol.
it's
the
horrendous for
fried,
cholesterol. But we're
the
here.
fried
He's
See,
going to do a
don't get on
lobster.
him, man.
He's
You
gonna
don't-
do
you
a
gotta let him
lobster
go.
salad to
You can be
offset
the
that.
paranoid one among us.
I'm paranoid too. I own
Well,
it.
no, but he eats everything that after he examines.
because the pills are working. Now I don't have
Pills are
to.
working.
I haven't been
I don't
able.
want.
There you go, man. You cut your number in
Anyways,
half.
and a lobster salad. He's gonna do the regular salad with some lobster on it, so we can lighten
Yeah, that's for
the day.
both me and you. He's making 2
Oh,
of
the
them,
lobster
so,
salad. Oh,
so I
nice,
won't
man.
contaminate you or in any way.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I'm a little concerned,
affect you.
actually.
You should
know,
be. You're sitting
yeah.
next to me at this point.
Well, I'm concerned anytime I'm next to you, whether you're healthy or not. But,
So my mind is a jumbled mess today, but I think what I want to do is just remind everybody about a couple of our events that we got coming up, and then we'll take our first break. First of all, first order of business is the Lunchbox Brunch Bash
Yes.
at 10 Palms at Gulfstream this Sunday. If you want in, today's the final day. Let me know by
this is
the
it?
close
Deadline?
of business.
This Sunday.
Business today. I got to get a count to
Yeah,
Joe
Joe has to
Beja
know.
tonight.
How's it looking?
It's looking good. It
All
looks
right.
like we've got 4 sets of contest winners coming in with +1s, so that's 8 contest winners. That's
All right.
that's
Those are
on the
freebies,
house.
though. Yeah, those are freebies.
And it looks like we've got 10 people who are going to be paying
Oh,
guests.
Nice.
So we've got 10 paying.
we applaud that.
And then we've got our crew. And you know what I did for
It's
client
gonna be a
relations?
star-studded.
I'm going to reach into my pocket
affair.
and pull out my Amex card because I've invited a bunch of our restaurateurs, friends,
Oh, yeah?
sponsors.
Nice.
I think Joey Esposito from Cafe Seville
Joey's coming?
might
Oh,
be
great.
in.
Saw him the other
Pat
night.
Utter
He looked great.
and Christine from Shenanigans might be in. Big Horse Players.
I love Pat.
I've put out the word to Mark Falsetto from
Who's a
Taco
big
What
Craft.
about
guy.
Kevin and Brandon? Man? They would be good. I
Uh,
bet they could gamble a little bit.
I didn't
They're
ask
probably
them
busy on
Those are
because
big
Sundays.
days.
I
That's
didn't
a
ask
big
the
day.
studio
Yeah,
alleys
yeah, yeah.
because they're doing some maintenance and
Gotta get
tempting
jacked
their
down there.
well, we've got.
Yeah,
But
some stuff going
I
on.
invited. He's
Steve,
never
What
been
about
to a
Brad?
horse race before.
Even Keel?
Oh, and you know who invited? Chef Raheem
yes,
from
JNC.
JNC Oyster.
Oh, good. How'd
So
that go?
He loves horses. He
Not
says
only-
he randomly, he not randomly, but he's a big horse fan.
He's from the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
He loves horse racing. And he said if he wasn't a chef, somebody once asked him, what would you be doing in your professional career? He said, I'd be a horse trainer.
He said
I'd be a
this point
thoroughbred
blank,
horse trainer.
like he wants to start
Nice.
owning horses.
So the
He's like
guy
geeked up
is
again,
one of
like,
us.
yeah.
I
It
didn't
could have
want to
been
call
like Frank Becerra and put the cayenne pepper. And
No,
a
we're
certain,
not going there.
General area.
He's a great chef,
No?
and I'm sure he would be a very reputable horse trainer too.
Yes.
But I invited Raheem if he wants to come. So it might be a crew of about.
That'd be pretty cool for the people. Though. Let's eat South Florida. If you haven't bought a ticket yet, you have
Yeah.
till when? Like an hour from
Like
now?
today.
Oh, you
Sometime.
have until the end of today.
Sometime
It's
today.
like 6 o'clock.
But you meet all
Mike
these
Mayo
chefs?
eats.
Are you kidding me?
Mike Mayo eats at gmail.com. Please let me know the number of people in your party.
What about Reno?
And you get $44.
Sunday's a big day for me.
It's a discounted price, $44 for an all-day buffet, beautiful air-conditioned table overlooking the track, along with simulcast action from Saratoga, live racing at Gulfstream. We're going to be there from 12 o'clock on, probably cut out about 4 o'clock. But
You're going that long? I mean,
yeah, I
Mayo
mean, well,
hangs.
as long as my
a little bit of
bankroll,
bankroll.
as
yeah.
long
Yeah.
as the bankroll lasts, that's usually how it
Beautiful.
works.
Beautiful. All right.
So that's
I'm
number
usually
one.
done by 12:30. I mean, the omelet isn't even cold yet.
Number two. Oh, look, Brian's
Oh,
dropping some
Brian,
food.
baby,
We
look at
got
this
some
guy.
food here.
It's
Thank
crazy,
you, sir.
this
How
guy.
are
It's
you
crazy.
this month? Good. Did you want to stop in and say hello, or are you busy?
Come on this show.
In a little
Come on
bit,
this
he
show.
Okay, in a little bit. We'll come
Look
after
at
the
this,
break.
man.
All right,
Smells
and
great.
event number two we've got coming
Oh,
up with
that's
our
what
friends
Lubie
at
was
Even
talking
Keel
about.
Fish Shack,
Look at
along
this.
with the
Ah.
Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival,
Yeah,
and
I'm
that's
super
going to be
stoked for this.
our man, my brain is gone. Pearl Jam by
Pearl
the Sea.
Jam by
we're
the
calling
Sea.
it.
Yeah.
Unlimited oysters.
You got to just think of like that song. Isn't
Yeah.
that
Even
it?
flow.
Yeah, even flow. Better
You
Man.
sound like you're davening. I don't know if that's a pro jam.
Sounds like
Sounds
a
like
He
a-
sounds like
He sounds like Rabbi.
Sick rabbi, yeah.
Rabbi Mark. My old rabbi.
I was like, I don't think
Uh,
that's pro jam. I think it's Rabbi Levy.
August 10th.
Rabbi Philip Book was good at that, man. He was great.
Even Keel Fish Shack, Lauderdale by the Sea. We're calling it Pearl Jam by the Sea. We're going to have music that's paying homage to the great Pearl Jam band. And then we have oysters, unlimited sparkling wine, all for a low price. Go online to vlfoodwine.com. That's Visit Lauderdale, vlfoodwine.com.
Yep.
And you click on the banner to get your tickets. And also go on to eventbrite.com. You could just do a search for Even Keel Oysters, and the event will pop up there. There's also VIP seating that includes a seat at the bar, a split of Tattinger champagne, and an entree from the lunch brunch menu there at Even Keel. It's going to be a great time. Limited tickets remain, so get online, get your tickets while you can, and it's going to be a grand old time. Saturday, August 10th, from 1 to 4 p.m.
Is Tanazzini involved in this?
He might be
What's
one
the
of the.
story?
It would be interesting to put him in there, but we do have to do
I am so
odds
hoping he
and do
comes
have
to
to
this
do a
thing.
thing.
We
because
might. He might be involved. I'm trying to get people.
the shucking thing, I
for
think, is a
the
good
no,
move.
it's a oyster eating competition.
I know, but he should have to shuck his to
Yeah.
even it out. Like,
I was shuck him
the
himself.
dude can
I
eat.
have my eye on this one.
Yeah,
thing.
that would be a good handicap for him. All right, let's take our first break, and we'll be back with more on the Lunchbox after these words.
This thing's on fire.
From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Oh, we're back at Wicked Cheesesteaks on the Lunchbox. I'm just munching on one of these delicious barbecue wings. He makes his own barbecue sauce here, Brian.
Really good.
We're at 4826 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of Commercial Boulevard. Conveniently located across from Holy Cross Hospital for after I get my latest blood work and checkups. I come right over here.
The numbers are good, man. I mean,
Yeah.
for a guy that got
Shocking.
a favorable report, you really are like obsessing about it.
No, I'm giddy. I'm
Should be
shocked.
happy, yeah.
Sometimes I demand a recount. I don't want a recount. I
No.
think I can't believe it, but I'll accept the
It's
results.
like a 35-1 shot wins at Saratoga. You're like,
You just
really?
take it.
You got to be kidding me. How
You
did
just
that
take
happen?
it.
And that happened last week too. So it's a good run lately.
Yeah.
So again, this the brunch bash on Sunday. Look, we're doing our usual show tomorrow. Are you geared up for a big day tomorrow?
You know what? I have to check out the Runway 84 because I haven't seen the remodel.
So you're
job.
in for a doubleheader. I know it's hard.
I'm okay.
For
No, you know what? I'm gonna have to.
septuagenarians.
I'm gonna have to sort of like go very lightly at the track there.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of pieces of sushi, and then boom, right over to Runway 84.
Yeah, you want to save room because our friends, Mark Falsetto, Taco Craft, Pizza Craft. Well, he's also partner in the revamped Anthony's Runway 84, and they are open for lunch on one day a week, and that's Friday. They have what's known as the Power Lunch.
All right.
So I wanted to get in there, but usually Fridays are Gulfstream days for us. But tomorrow we're going to pull it off. I figure summertime is perfect. We can go, straight from the track. Traffic is a little bit lighter, and then we're going to go into Runway 84 in between their lunch and dinner service.
It's not far away.
We're going
It's
to be
good.
having a
Yeah.
3:30 edition after our usual 1 o'clock 10 Palms edition. And I invited Mark Falsetto and his lovely bride, Danielle.
You invited the owner of the restaurant to his own restaurant?
No, I'm sorry, to the Sunday brunch bash.
Oh, the Sunday brunch.
I'm
Okay.
not
Yeah.
completing my sentences. I am going full Biden. I can't string together thoughts
I was thinking,
or
well, that
sentences.
was nice of you,
I'm
man, to
breaking out
invite the
into
guy to his
sweat.
own place where he turns you on to like a $250 steak that he got cured while it was still, breathing in Africa somewhere. I mean, some
he's-
wild animal.
Him and Danielle have been very, very generous
great.
when I go in there, and they usually send out a nice glass of wine or something like
Yeah.
that, or comp a cocktail. I have a great time there. We're going to have a good time at Runway 84 tomorrow, and then we're going to have a great time with the whole crew. I just got word from
I love that quiz.
we from Kaizen Sushi right up the road here on Federal Highway.
Yep.
That's 5840 North Federal Highway, and that he has never seen a horse race, so he's going to
Really?
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
Let's
I
get
know-
all of our tips from him.
Actually,
He might have beginner's luck.
Huh? Wouldn't he be the guy to go to?
100%.
He's a fish whisperer. Maybe he's also like Kate and Brighter, a horse whisperer.
Could be one of those
bastard.
guys that just talks to him in the paddock.
Yeah.
No.
So
and they speak
it's
back.
going to be fun. And again, for you out there, if you want to join us, MikeMayoEats@gmail.com, $44 per person. Just let me know by the end of business today, 6 o'clock, and I'll get the final count to Joe. It looks like we've got a nice group of about 30 of us that's going to be out there, including a lot of top chefs
I'm
and
really excited.
restaurateurs and friends of the show. So it's going to be a fun time. All right. I have nothing on my show sheet because I was sleeping all morning. And
All right, there's always stuff to talk about.
so yeah, well, getting back, the spot is they did not change their bread. They insisted on that 3 months ago in the thread, and then for some reason another woman put it on the Let's Eat group, and I said, didn't we just go through this 3 months ago?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
haven't changed the bread. They are hoagie style, which is always a softer roll.
Yep.
And everybody has their preferences, and they do a great job. I drove by the Davy one on University Drive. I almost pulled in
Did
yesterday.
you stop in there? Yeah.
No, because we were going to be doing the show at JNC, and I didn't
Yeah.
want to ruin my appetite.
Yeah. All right, that's understandable.
But they do a fine job. How
No,
is Harry
they're
and
great.
Gail?
They couldn't be better. Harry looks great. He lost some weight, and he's doing fine. Gail's always terrific. They're great people, and it was a real honor to be among them. And then Joey Esposito's there with Sally.
So you're at
Cafe
Seville.
Seville.
Tell me about your meal there. What did you order?
Fantastic. It was just absolutely great. And here's the thing too. I guess these people that are sitting on edge when they're at a restaurant and they're thinking, "Oh my God, it's taking forever for these entrees." My suggestion would be just chill out, man.
Yeah, Seville
Enjoy the experience.
It's very European. That's what I
Yeah.
would say about Seville is
They're not rushing these plates in your
They-
face to turn over the table. And
they are very. It's an experience. when you go to
yeah,
cafes.
yeah, but it was such a beautiful experience. I mean, we're sitting there with our friends from.
Anybody get paella?
We didn't go for the paella. No, we all
Fish,
had
a lot of fish around the
seafood
table?
dishes. Yeah, we
Yes.
all
Yeah,
had
their seafood is
dishes.
great. Oh
And
my
did
God.
And,
you,
then my friend brought me a like a quart container of the Santa Fe sauce,
Nice.
which I've been munching on ever since.
Yeah, that sauce is
that
fantastic.
you could put that on anything. You could
Yep.
put that literally on like a piece of dog poop, and it would make it it would make it a delicacy.
Or bread.
Rice, anything. I mean, it's just amazing how good this sauce is. It's fantastic.
okay, I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Again,
unless-
bread is a good
there are
trade
some
off.
fetishists out there, but I don't even want to get into that.
But the meal was fantastic.
do
To
such a
answer your
great job.
question, and then what I always dig, and this is true in the music business here, where you see like other musicians come in and watch musicians, and they really appreciate what they
Yep.
do, and then you see like the respect that like a Spada's ownership would have for what Joey's doing over here at Cafe Seville. And Joey says he's doing well. There are two issues which you often bring up, but I would imagine they're affecting everybody. Where that food prices obviously have gone up considerably, and cost of labor has gone up considerably,
And insurance.
it's hurting a lot of people.
Insurance
Yeah.
is insane.
Insurance is bigger now. I think food is stabilized somewhat, although some things go up and down. But the
These
labor,
distributors might be willing to make some deals just to appease their long-term
Look,
customers and keep them going.
Joey has a lot of loyal, faithful locals, so he's able to hang in there. Oh, he's double dipping in that.
Oh,
blue
sorry
cheese.
about that. Yeah,
I'm not even using blue
yeah,
cheese.
yeah,
It's all
yeah.
his.
That's it.
All right, get that out of
It's
there.
all his. I can
Um,
use it.
But he manages to do a great job. And like you said, every time I go in there, I see another
these are
like
great.
restaurant luminary. Like last time I went in there, Anthony Bruno
Yeah.
from Runway 84, and of course the originator of Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza. But he was in there. He hangs out and has some meals. That bar area, brilliant when Joey put that in
Yeah.
because it expanded.
Well, it helped that he got more tables also.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
in the summertime, everybody, was kind of staggering around, but he says he's holding his own.
No, he does well.
But
and I
you have
think-
to really do well now to make a profit. I mean, it's a rough racket, this whole restaurant business. It's not easy.
Yeah, no, and but our good people are hanging in, and hopefully, everybody gets some support from the locals. So I'm glad you had a good meal there, and the Santa Fe sauce. Yes, you could put it on a shingle, let's say, and it would still be delicious.
But the other stuff on a shingle too, but that's
Right.
usually
That's
said
in
in
the homage.
some disparaging fashion.
Yes.
No, it's great. Really nice, and just a constant reminder of the number of terrific restaurants that we have here that are available to people, and that's why it's hard to relate to all of the fetching that goes on because in general these guys do a fantastic job all the way around. You have to be competitive.
Yes.
So I hate to be distracted, but my insurance saga and woes. My
What happened?
car.
Did you get your money?
No, well, that's from the house. I also have a car issue where, I thought my car was repairable. It was sitting in my front of my house, and the floodwaters came up and over the doors, but not in the engine, and I wasn't driving it. But it took 2 weeks for the insurance people, the flow people. They're paying so much money to flow that they don't have any adjusters
Exactly.
to come out. So it took them over 2 weeks to look at the car, which
Yeah.
at the first point they said it was just going to be minor fixes, do a cleaning, demolding, and all that stuff. And brought it in, had it towed into the shop. The shop, gave their estimate, which was a little bit higher. And the next thing I know, the insurance company says, "Oh, we got to total your car." And I was
Which
like,
is
"I don't
right.
want to total your car."
Why not?
And I was asking for some written proof, some photographs, some other written materials, like put stuff in writing. I made that request last Wednesday.
Good for you.
I didn't hear anything. And I
Yeah.
wasn't going to make any more phone calls. And of course, right in the middle of the show, the guy starts texting and phone calling 8 days later. But that's a battle that's yet to play.
Well, because
out.
here's the deal: like the car's already paid off, and it's less than 50,000 miles.
Yeah.
So
it's-
whatever they're going to total you out isn't going to pay off a car. So it'll get you in another car,
You
but
lose money.
you
Yeah.
now will have a car payment when right now he doesn't, and he won't. The car he has, it's a Nissan. It could go on for another like 60 to 100,000 miles.
And their
like-
mishandling of the claim has exacerbated the
yeah, that's
the
why it
damage.
became an
There you
issue.
go.
Yeah,
So I demand compensation. If there are any attorneys out there that want to take on a nickel, and
we know
dime
a
case,
few.
What if it comes in front of that judge in West Palm Beach to throw out
Cannon.
the documents case? I had a weird one happen the other day. I was booking travel through the Mustang to Atlantic City on Spirit Airlines. We had a credit because we had to cancel a trip when I actually was in Holy Cross. We were supposed to go to Las Vegas that week. We had already booked the flights and everything. So we had like a decent sized credit with Spirit Airlines. And so we called to make arrangements now to get this flight. We were well within the limits of where the credit was going to be extended. And they tell the Mustang that the credit has already been used, that we took 3 different flights to 3 different locations.
Oh wow, good for you.
Um,
Where were you going?
but it did or did not. I mean, that's both.
Devo hasn't been to any of these places.
I haven't
That's
gone to
fraud.
any of these places.
Devo's
It was
been
all
here.
bogus. I mean, somebody had hacked their account, used our credit, and they were going to,
Wow.
and they
I
still would.
recall this at the end of the show the other day. You
Yeah.
shrieked in horror with the fact that your Atlantic City.
Yeah,
trip is
yeah.
in
I mean,
jeopardy.
but I mean,
What did they say?
They said it's going to take them 72 hours to investigate,
Of
even though
course.
they have some guy with an Arab name
Oh,
that ended
Jesus.
up flying to Tampa and some other places
Nice.
on this credit. somehow.
Good for you.
That they gave them access.
You might be
to.
on a watch list soon.
Oh, what the hell is that?
I don't know.
I was at one time, I believe, and it's possible that some of the people, honestly, from 9/11 might have been renting the house that I eventually bought.
Oh, wow.
For a short
there
period
it
of time.
is.
Yeah.
It's all coming.
Oh, my
together.
father-in-law, there's a guy because his name's Jose Reyes. So literally, there's like a lots of Jose Reyes throughout the world. So like literally,
Doesn't
there
he play
was
shortstop for the
no
Mets?
his. We
He's
thought
still getting paid by
we
the Mets,
thought
like
his
Bonilla?
brother maybe Jose Reyes, but I don't know. It's an offshoot. But he was not him. But every time they traveled for like 2 to 3 years, there was another Jose Reyes. So they would literally pull him in,
Yeah,
do the
that's what
strip
happens,
search, do the thing, and they travel a lot. So like it became a pain in the ass. And it's like you can see there's a picture of the other Jose Reyes and it looks nothing like my
Nothing like
father-in-law.
you pull into the Vegas airport, which happened to me with a first-time starter. I was taken into Las Vegas, just recently started a relationship at the time, and you get off the plane and they pull you into one of these rooms and you're in there for 3 hours while they interrogate you, and then they finally let you go. And you're thinking that this doesn't look good.
Oh, and the other one,
Yeah.
my 5 foot, 100 and whatever pound wife is always randomly pulled to the side. Surely, every time.
She
And
looks deeply suspicious to me.
she's very suspicious, but
She married
it's
you.
because she
Yes.
married me. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with what she's gonna do on a plane.
You
So
and they let roll
it's
right through. It's
freaking
amazing,
weird. Yeah, they let me go, and I'm
you
the
could be
crazy
carrying a
one.
gun. They would put you on the plane.
They always
Incredible.
stop her. It's weird.
So one of the items that I'm eating and I've never had here before is their meatball parmesan.
What do you
sub.
think?
Yeah,
There's
how is
something really comforting about a meatball
Yeah, it's
parm, even
filling.
when you're not feeling
nice.
the best.
It's always good.
And it's a warm, cheesy blanket, and it's good. But right now I'm in a state of cognitive dissonance where
Okay.
my head, my whole body says don't eat that, but
Oh.
my eyes
Yeah,
and
well,
my
it's
probably-
mouth
it's
are
not
like
the
they
you
can't
really
miss
most
it.
healthy
You
thing,
should
but
honor Brian with a big.
Yeah,
bite
we're
of that.
here, so
No,
I
I
don't
can't
care
do
how
any
you're
bread, but that is an out today. I am ruling
It's
it
not
out.
happening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's not happening. Unless you want to be wearing it.
no, I don't want. We none of us want to wear anything.
Okay, because that
Brian,
is
he
the
won't
risk.
he won't do the big bite on the thing. He's using health as a reason,
I have a doctor's note.
but he wants to.
I have a
do it.
note from Dr. Brown right
He
here.
loves
saying,
it. He
don't-
loves the
don't do a
meatball
big
sub.
bite.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't do a big bite. Meanwhile, we got a whole happy contingent of people in here having some pizza. Yeah,
Yeah.
I missed that. Do you want to sit in and have a little? No, he's
Coming
All
over.
right, he's got the lunch rush.
He's busy.
Everything's good. That
Standing,
Yeah,
man.
and the
That's
barbecue-
unbelievable.
The barbecue chicken wings are fantastic.
he's double dipping over here.
I'm dipping an eaten wing into this blue cheese, and it's fantastic. It's unbelievable.
Hey, let's take our second break. And first, I'm going to talk about our friends at Tropical Acres. You better get
Yes.
in there in the next couple of days because they got a couple. They're going to be basically off most of next week. They got to do some maintenance over there at Tropical Acres, 2500 Griffin Road in Old Dania Beach or Old Fort Lauderdale. It's just west of I-95 and the airport. And go on in there tonight. You can get your twin lobster specials. Talking about lobsters, you got lobster rolls here, lobster salad we're going to have. But there you get the twin fresh steamed New England lobsters. $39 includes salad and side dish. And of course, they've got all kinds of good stuff going on all week. They got the 4:30 to 6:30 happy hour, half price drinks and other goodies in the bar. They've got Monday and Tuesday half price wine night. But again, next week they're going to be closed from Monday through Thursday for some maintenance, and they'll be reopening next Friday, the 26th. So get on in there either now, this weekend, or next week after the Friday, and you'll be happy that you did. I saw one of our friends on Let's Eat, Richard Pachter, who's a former newspaper guy also, says he made his way in last night to do a reunion with a couple of radio people, too.
Oh, nice.
Somebody was the former
Well, I would
program
imagine
director.
that check sat on the table for a while.
Yeah.
Before
Do
anybody
you know a
made
guy
a
who
move
used
for
to
it.
be the GM or the programming director for was it a guy named Neil something or other?
Neil Sedaka and Neil
no,
Rogers.
No, not Neil Rogers and Neil Sedaka. I'll look it up. But anyway, they had a fine meal. He posted his picture of his prime rib, and it was as juicy and red and beautiful medium rare pink. The way they love to prepare it there at Tropical Acres, they aim to please. They got great service. The Studiali family,
Exuding class,
they exude
always.
class
I
all
mean,
the way.
75 years. That's pretty remarkable.
Thank you. Since 1949, 75 years, they're doing something right. They do most everything right.
Yep.
Tropical Acres, tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, back with more. We can't talk Mayo into a big bite of this. I mean, it would be appropriate with a meatball parm. from Wicked Cheesesteaks. Maybe we can come back with that. Maybe he'll do it now and going to the
no.
break. A
He
very
said no.
tepid looking thing.
Taking
All
baby
right, we'll be
bites.
back with more. The show is not living up to your expectations, people, but it's okay. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. One of the best restaurants in Broward, J&C Oyster in downtown Hollywood. At 2035 Harrison Street, this place is fantastic and worth a drive. It's got creative, cutting-edge seafood and more with an Asian twist and gorgeous cocktails. Chefs Raheem Seeley and Monica Dominguez cut their teeth at some of Miami's best restaurants. Don't miss some of these fantastic dishes, including grilled oysters, fried chicken, and the Thai red curry crab. Open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner with daily happy hour and outdoor seating. Go to jncoyster.com for reservations and information. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. Are you looking for a good New York-style slice? How about lunch specials for under $9 that come with garlic rolls and a fountain drink? I'm talking about Stromboli Pizza Kitchen in the Fountains of Plantation, 801 South University Drive. Since 1987, it's been home to Brooklyn-style pies and slices, heroes and paninis, pastas, and all your Italian-American favorites. It's got the unpretentious vibe of the pizza places of my youth with daily specials, family dinners, outdoor seating, eat-in, carry-out, or delivery. Open 7 days a week. Go to strombolispizza.com to place your order today.
Hey, we're back on the Lunchbox, our Wicked Cheesesteaks edition. We love coming in here, Brian and Sonata. I see they've brought you a cupcake, Lubie, chocolate frosted cupcake. They have some great cakes and pies because they also operate a bakery.
Yeah, and they make big, great bread.
And
The old moon pie, man. They got a lot of old-fashioned tendencies.
Whoopie pies,
here. Yeah.
black and white cookies, something for the sweet tooth, which
Yes.
I'm definitely trying to cut back on, but not totally cutting out.
Don't
So-
become boring.
No, I'm not boring.
Yeah.
Just me boring? All right,
No.
just because I didn't do a big bite today. I mean,
Hey,
I'm under the weather.
I'm not gonna.
I-
That looks like the perfect size for it, though.
it would be if I was doing
It's
it.
like you carved it up to the
It's like
perfect
Russian roulette, my friend.
proportion. Yeah.
If
Yeah, I
you
don't
want
need
me
you.
to do it,
No.
and then it could come right back, it could
No.
be a
We don't
very.
need to see how it looks the other side.
I'm not worried about you.
This
I
is
think-
not what
I
we
think
wanna
you're
do
in a
with our
condition to do it.
sponsors.
and It's a highlight of the show. I mean, think about the number of restaurants that we walk into where the owner,
No, they
whether
like
it's
it.
Kevin over at Batch Southern Kitchen or
Burt
Eddie
Rappaport even.
Rap
Pizzulli,
video,
Burt
yeah.
Rappaport call for it. Pretty much everybody does, right?
Yes.
Falsetto calls for
It's
it.
become my signature.
Studiali is,
disgusting as it
I
is.
mean, because he's always exuding class. He doesn't try to encourage you, but secretly you know that he wants you to do it.
Well,
So anyway,
maybe on Sunday,
Brian,
if you come
we know
out
is
to the
on
track,
there,
yes, you do a big bite there, and I'll video
maybe
it.
I'll consume a whole
Sarni's
omelet.
asking you to retire the big bite.
Wow. Okay. He's okay.
Joe
He goes
Beja,
the other
yeah,
way.
Joe Beja's not as enthusiastic.
Yeah,
about
Joe
it.
Joe
doesn't seem to
Beja
like
is a
it.
very
Yeah.
classy
Yeah, Joe
guy,
doesn't
and
seem to like
I
it.
could see him wincing
He
every time.
doesn't seem to like it.
He's thinking this is a disgrace.
He's
you know.
with Joanne.
But I dig the spirit either way. I mean, whether you want to go dignified route or just,
I might go with Sarni on
let's
this
go
one.
Guns N' Roses on this. Yeah,
So, anybody watching the British Open Championship?
I woke up this morning 4:00. It was on, and fascinating. I mean, it really is. You covered golf and you played there. You said right, Royal Troon.
It was one of the courses that I've played, and I look back, I can't even remember anymore. It's kind of
Yeah.
sad. I think I did 3 British Opens. One of them I know was at St. Andrews with the year that John
Remember who
Daly
won?
won.
Oh, okay, you do. Remember.
I know that one of them was at Turnberry the year Nick Price won. And then I'm trying to think if I was I might have been at Carnoustie a year that Paul Laurie won in 1997.
Oh, was that the
So
Vanderbilt?
No, that was
Didn't
what was
Lowry
that?
win when Vanderbilt melted down on the 18th
Was
hole?
that at Carnoustie?
By the way, you have sauce all over the
That's
microphone
okay.
there. That's
Oh,
unbelievable.
well, that
Yeah,
happens,
no, so
especially
kind
when I'm out of it.
Lubie, make sure you use something on
I'm
these
gonna
things.
have to do a lot of things to these things.
As Dom DeLuise said in History of the World, wash this. Oh, wow, I did get a lot
Oh,
of
it's
schmutz
so
on it.
ugly, man. It looks like you were wearing lipstick or something. What the hell?
Remember that scene? in,
Yes,
Oh,
I
moly.
know many of the scenes.
The
Wash
sandwich
this
isn't even that
gross.
messy. That's the funny thing. Speaking of messy,
Messi, yes. Well, he should not be named, but yeah, he sometimes some international soccer stars do like coming in
well,
here.
think the guy could go
No, we
anywhere. He
mentioned
could
it.
send out for anything, and he makes his own way down here to Wicked Cheesesteaks.
He
That-
lives
that's
nearby.
pretty cool. Yeah,
And apparently, him and the wife and the kids love the wings here. And who wouldn't? I mean, that barbecue
wings are
that
great.
wing was
excellent.
fantastic.
That's
was
what's
a-
impressive about this place is it's a small mom and pop literally place, and they do a ton of different things.
It's
And
deceptive.
everything they do, we've look, we are working with them. That's true, full disclosure, but that has nothing to do with it. My first time I ever had, the first 2 times, was when we waited over an hour because they were Uber eating it from here to my house all the way out northwest.
Oh, wow.
So I've been a fan before we started doing these shows here. It's interesting. We actually throw stuff at Brian just to see if this thing will be less than the other thing. Every time we try something here, it's always like, wow,
Yeah,
okay, good for
he
them.
does a good job with everything, and you know, it's a one of these comfort food havens. He's got pizza, he's got wings, he's got all the subs. He's got
Expanded his
cheesesteaks.
hours too.
Yeah, and that's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
for
Open
remembering.
7 days a
I
week
was
again.
going to give you one of these, Mayo.
Yeah, I need smelling salts or something.
You need an ammonia.
We're almost
cap, man.
done. We got
You
like
need
20
Lou
minutes.
Duva
15
in your
minutes.
corner.
15 minutes, yeah. 15
and then
minutes.
I got to go fight with the insurance company again. But the
You'll get bigger.
7
See if
days
you
a
can
week.
get my credit back from Spirit Airlines while you're at it. You'll
Yeah.
only be on hold there
I'll
for a
make-
couple of days. Yeah.
that's 7 days a week again. For a
Yeah.
while, he was closing on Tuesdays, but he has ramped up his staffing, and demand, thankfully, is staying high. So,
Yeah.
Wicked Cheesesteaks once again, 7 days a week for all your.
Well, that's the funny
Comfort
thing with
food
Let's
needs.
Eat for as negative as the comments can be on the front page, as you've told us. Most of the comments are actually positive, but the only real gripe for this place is that sometimes they're closed. Like,
Right.
is that people coming to here to eat and they're like, well, I went there and they were closed and they didn't text me. They didn't let me know ahead of time that they were closing. And I thought they'd individually text every possible customer. It was like, no, that's not how it works. That's the only negative. Like anytime any comment has come on Let's
Oh,
Eat
look
about
out,
this
man.
place, it's
Mayo, are
been
you kidding me?
glowing.
This
Look
came
at that.
last.
That's the thing I
We
should have
got
been
this
eating
from
all
the
along.
start.
but,
Yeah,
Look
all right.
at this right here.
That
Look
looks
at the start.
beautiful.
This
Look
is
at
looks
that.
amazing.
Look at that
Wow.
fresh
That's phenomenal.
fresh poached
I mean,
lobster.
you
No,
bring
we call it
lobster like
fresh
that, you
steamed
need it.
boiled lobster that was shelled this morning or yesterday by Sonata. We've got Brian on board now. It's been a
bring him in,
while.
Bring him in.
The lunch rush,
Poaching a piece of
it's
lobster.
Slowed down a little
slowed down a little bit. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I've had better days, but
I don't want to get too close because
you probably
shouldn't.
but no, it's all good. The meatball sub, I don't think I've ever had the straight meatball. I've tried at one point you were playing around with chicken meatballs,
but
this
didn't
is
go
good.
over too good.
This
Yeah.
is a very solid
The
sub.
chicken meatballs with the paths of the Mike Mayo.
Yeah, we were talking about the roast pork provolone sandwich, which his friends that own and operate La Spada's.
Okay.
Harry Kappas.
Harry Kappas.
And the man with the
He
beard?
was saying that, and he's done a lot of research on this in the Pennsylvania area because that's where La Spada's originated. He was saying that the pork broccoli rabe combo
Mm-hmm.
is the ultimate when it comes to any
Sure.
kind of hoagie.
I love it.
That it really is.
But
The
apparently
one guy we
it's-
found that agreed with Mayo it was Harry Kappas of La Spada.
and he didn't come in here to eat enough of them. I guess it's just one of those labor-intensive products. We'll try again.
It's
one of
hard to
these-
keep the au jus fresh.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a difficult product if it doesn't move quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said a million times, pork is a lot cheaper than ribeye steaks, like $8.50 a pound. So there you
Right.
go.
So you'd rather have the pork.
I'll sell
moving.
pork all day. I
Try
think we
bringing
should
it
call
back
it Mike
as the
Mayo's
Lubie,
pork.
pork
pork
and
shop.
see what happens.
Yes, pork chop.
Yeah.
I like that.
Just bring it back under another name.
So what's happening for the summertime, you guys?
We finally get back open on Tuesdays, which
Right.
is good.
Right.
We've got a little bit more staff. You know, like everybody comes out for a job when it's really slow.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
It's
Hey, you guys
opposite
work?
of what it should be. But Other than that, it hasn't been that bad. It hasn't been that slow, quite honestly.
That's good.
You know, which is
Now,
good.
were you at this Colombia-Argentina game with your connections to Lionel Messi? Did he offer you a couple of tickets? And would you have gone?
You know, he's on crutches now. or
Yeah,
something.
well, he
That's
got
what-
hurt in that
That's
game.
what his wife said. the
Yeah,
other day when
he
she was
definitely
in-
got badly hurt. You could see it.
Yeah.
He was crying. I mean, he really was upset about it.
I don't know if he can hit the clutch with the Rolls Royce with his bad ankle like that. You know what I mean?
Thought it
Do you
was
think it's an automatic or is it?
I hope it is.
I would
Or
think,
maybe maybe he could afford to hire a chauffeur for a couple of weeks. I know he's a self-sufficient guy,
Yeah.
but yeah. What's happening in terms of like any kind of you were talking at one point about having a like 50-pound cheesesteak.
Yeah,
Or,
we've
no, a
been working.
5-pound
Yes,
cheesesteak.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, what's going
the
on with that?
T-shirts are made,
Yep.
and then we made a captain's table.
Yeah. I
So
see
then
that.
we're doing it's a 4-pound cheesesteak, a pound of fries with
Oh, God.
whiz, and 1 whoopie pie.
Oh geez.
Wow.
And
And
you
you
got a
gotta
half
eat it.
hour.
You get a half hour to eat it. It's called a cheesesteak challenge.
Okay, but it's
Has
not
anybody
fully.
done it, or it hasn't happened yet?
I'm just waiting on the T-shirt guy actually.
So it's not
And we're
fully
gonna-
in place
Yeah,
yet.
it's,
But
we're gonna,
he's getting ready to go. You figured out the bread situation.
the
and
bread. We're just gonna
Is
jam
Mayo
them all
eligible?
together.
Is Mike eligible for this thing?
Oh, just thinking about it now is not.
he could
producing
do the
good
4-pound
results.
cheesesteak, I think.
Yeah, so we're
It's
gonna
the French fries.
probably
Might
try to
slip
do it
up
like-
on the whoopie pie. I'm
like
not sure.
Friday, Saturday, Sundays.
I would eat the whoopie pie first,
Yeah,
and if you don't complete it in 30 minutes, then you got to pay the man.
and then you gotta get.
Oh,
So
what
we
kind-
make them pay ahead of
What
time,
kind of time is
Oh,
on that?
okay.
and then we give them the
It's a
cash
money-back
back on the end.
guarantee
Yeah,
if you
just
hit
in
it.
case they.
Look at
you
him.
know.
He's
Very
turned full
French
mayo
luncher,
now.
yeah.
He's
I don't have a
double
fork.
dipping.
Yeah.
He's using his fingers to go in on the lobster. Lubie,
I
help
made
this
sure
man. We
I
gotta get.
touched
We
nothing
gotta
else.
get him some
Lobsters have
forks.
really come down too, so it's pretty good.
Well, it's usually doesn't it work like
Yeah.
that? The
Yeah.
peak season in the summertime up
Right.
in Maine, the lobster pounds and everything. I don't get one. Um,
You don't need one.
no, in that case, I'm
Yeah.
going to go in with
Yeah,
the.
go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, it's what it is.
They're down to like $10 a pound.
Oh, okay.
now.
Because I was hoping for $8.99 a pound. That's sometimes what happens.
It
But
does
in the,
get there.
in the
It
in the
does get there.
in the winter, it was up to like what 6,
I'll work this
17,
side.
18, or 16.
$22 a pound,
geez, that's
18
way
bucks a
too much.
pound.
There you go. Perfect
Hmm.
piece.
Nothing like
All right,
some
the rest is
lobster.
yours.
All right.
So we've been doing along. It's been busier than it was in season. Actually, it's been pretty good. We're getting a lot of people from the Let's Eat South Florida, so we thank you very much.
That's always good. And again, nothing but positive rave reviews when people.
It's tough, when they first walk through and they're friends of Mike Mayo. I mean, you gotta like.
I got a lot of
You
friends.
immediately have your suspicions aroused. Yeah,
the first thing I say is, "Can we charge extra?"
Charge them double. Then you'll find out who my real friends are. Right? No, come on in here and just mention the lunchbox. Mention my
Exactly.
name.
Yeah, we'll take care of you.
And Brian, you are more than generous, and in terms of the way you treat even first-time customers. You usually
Sure.
throw 'em
I mean, we get a
bone.
lot of good reviews. And I try to make sure I have like a cold beer on my side when I start to read them.
it's always great though. And there's always the added comment, and the owner was fantastic. We talked to
Yeah,
Brian,
yeah,
and he was
yeah.
great, which is nice. And underrated, I believe here, Mike Mayo, is the pizza, which you're a big pizza
Yeah, no,
freak.
Yeah.
I
Very picky about your pizza, but you managed to do like an amazing job with this, Brian.
I mean, pizza's a tough gig, I mean, thank God we do a couple different things to keep the thing rolling, because the cheesesteak business is it's hard to hoof down a half-pound cheesesteak at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
yeah. People like me.
For some people,
Yeah.
we go on the
Right,
lighter
right.
side. Pizza always hits well. as the
Yeah, it
kids
helps.
say.
You do a couple different items and kind of keeps the thing moving along. I think if you were just too narrow, it would probably be out of business. You know what I mean?
Huh.
Yep. No, you gotta give the people what they want, and a lot of times they
Yeah.
want.
Let it
little
stand on a
variety.
couple feet.
The
We're
real
looking to
test,
open up another place.
kids are
Hopefully.
enjoying the pizza. They're loving every
Yeah,
second.
you see
Yeah.
people coming in here. They have a nice little personal pie. It's all good. Again, 4826 North Federal Highway.
4824.
4824.
It's right next door to
You're
the
the executive dining room.
You're
Oh, I'm
sending
in
them
the
to
dining
the
room.
pet
That's the
food
dining
place.
room.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if you find the 4826,
It's right next door.
It'll be right next door. I've been saying it wrong all these months. No, it's
All
all
right.
good.
Let me get back to
Let
work.
you get back to work. Thank you for everything as always, sir.
You guys
Great
have been
job.
doing good.
Come
So
out
how many
Sunday.
are we at? 160,000 people?
160,000 members of the group,
Wow.
and we're going to have about 35 people out there on Sunday at the brunch bash.
Come
I
on
hope
on Sunday.
you and Sonata.
Yeah.
I know it's a busy day for you.
Yeah,
if you don't
we're
have the
busy.
help, all right.
It's
But
tough.
maybe come out on another Friday if you could play hooky.
Is the guy from Heritage going down?
Reno, I got to invite.
Does he get up that early?
No, he actually gets up early. He's in service. He does lunch on Saturday and Sunday, and that's
Okay.
busy for him. So he's going to be at Heritage.
But
Oh,
He should probably sneak out there. It'd be great.
yeah, we'll see. I'll send them a text. We'll see if we
Okay.
can get them out there.
Thank you guys
Maybe
for
Mike,
coming
great
coming.
job. Great
Appreciate
job.
it.
Fantastic.
Great to see you,
today.
Brian.
Thank you.
All right,
Wow.
let's take our final break. Before Batch New Southern Kitchen, I got to give them the good word. Coming up for the weekend.
You are like Tarkenton today. You're
I'm out of
scrambling.
it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
that's it.
scrambled.
I'm an open.
You're scrambling
I'm an
like
open-
Tarkenton.
My life's an open book. I have no poker face today. I am definitely in rough shape. Batch is never in rough
No,
shape. They
sir.
always are on point. And Brandon, Kevin, and the whole crew there will take tremendous care of you, no matter whether you go in for lunch, dinner, weekend brunch. They have the Whiskey Wednesdays. They're going to have a big event next Wednesday, one of their education classes. Go online to batchftl.com to find out more details. But it's at 525 North Federal Highway, downtown Fort Lauderdale, the finest in Southern cuisine. And they also have new summer menu items, a lot of good healthy light items besides your Southern classic favorites like shrimp and grits, jambalaya, and fried chicken and waffles. Go in there, tell them the Lunchbox sent you. And yeah, that's it.
That's it?
That's it. Get me out of here.
One more break.
Okay, yeah. All right. We're coming back with more scintillating Mike Mayo conversation here. You're,
it's
you're
not my
like
best day.
CNN commentators at the Republican National Convention. All right. Back with more in a moment.
Best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First class dining, top flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. If you're looking for an exquisite sushi experience, Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo the Lunchbox sent you. A sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
We're back. You can see Lubie's arm. What an impressive bicep that is.
Sorry. I was hoping you couldn't.
Yeah, we're having a day. And look at that. Defo got himself a
Nice.
boiling root beer. That is a
That's a
fine
great root
product.
Yeah, I
beer.
got to try it.
It's a great root beer.
Yeah.
Look at you. You've got your lobster. You had your
I'm all
chicken
set,
wings.
man. I had a
You
chicken
plowed
wing.
through that blue cheese
You
dressing.
love the
No, I
blue
love
cheese.
that
See
blue
it, the
cheese
whole blue
dressing was
cheese.
fantastic. Yeah.
Are you on any
Okay.
stimulants or other kinds of supplements?
It's actually
today?
No, that sounds
they
great.
make a great. Their dress.
I mean, I could have had that.
their
Could have been
dressings
my
are
meal.
great
It was-
here.
it
I
would've
think
been
he
fine.
drank it.
He was eating it with the wing, but there was no meat on the wing.
He's not full on mayo. I want you to take a big bite. I want you to have all that lobster that's on your plate and put it in your mouth in one bite.
I don't see
This
that
root
happening.
beer is
It's
phenomenal.
fantastic.
Boiling
Boiling is great.
Boiling is a
Wow,
good product.
that is really good.
I think they use real cane
I
sugar.
think it's cane sugar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when root beer was big? I mean, what was it? Hires? Was that the name of the one?
I used to like IBC. Back when I
Hires
was
root
growing up.
beer?
See, there was
I don't know what you guys.
what's the
did back
name
in
of
your day.
Hires. It had an orange
Well,
label.
Barks is newer. I don't know if that's like an old
It
school.
was the most popular
wasn't
one.
there a root beer A&W that
A&W
actually
used to have
had
restaurants.
A&W was big, yeah.
Could go through the list of all the root beers in there, but right now I don't think that would be too scintillating for anybody. I do have to put in one more good word. I know Sarni loves when I put in the good word
That's fine.
about our friends at Casa.
What's up with
de
Sarni
Angelo.
lately? He's experiencing a very negative period of time.
He sent me one of his notes columns yesterday. I was too woozy to read it. I'm having trouble concentrating.
Focusing, yeah.
But I'm sure he was filled with all kinds. I do love his notes columns. He has, and you could read them. Is it on SI.com?
I think it's Sports Illustrated still. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just changed the name.
It used to be known as
Sarni
Sarni
Scrolls,
and then he changed the
Now
name
it's Tidbits, I
to
guess.
America's Tidbits or something like that.
Notepad.
Now it's
America's
America's
Notepad.
Notepad.
So,
But
yeah.
lately, he's just been sending me texts about how, like the show that Lubie and I do, that it sucks, that I suck, Lubie sucks.
He's trying to
Everything's
save us
bad.
from ourselves.
Yeah.
He gave me some notes.
No, he
that
wants
were
us to talk about
constructive
things no one
yesterday
cares.
about
Oh, yeah?
I love him, but it's like if anyone talks about outside of the mainstream sports, it's us. If we're not talking about it, then you're delving into a realm
Well, I know
that
that
no one cares about.
yesterday was considered what was called Black Wednesday because
Yes.
it's the day after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
There's like no major sports going
At one
on.
time, that was true.
But now you have the WNBA. But
Nah.
sorry, Sarni, I'm not caught up in Caitlin Clark mania,
Yeah.
and I ended up diving into the Republican National
I'm sure it
Convention
was
last
better.
night because
Oh,
I'm still a
geez.
political.
He says it's
junkie.
on Athlon Sports. I don't know. I think that is an offshoot of SI.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, there's so much change in the media business these days. It's hard to keep up. But
So, anyways,
could
you were
al-
talking about a place that the only change is that it grows and people become more and more fond of it. Casa d'Angelo,
Thank
which
you.
is sort of down the way from here, the mainstay location. And obviously, there's
Yeah, it's-
Aventura and Boca, and then two other offshoot locations
right
as well.
there at the Big Bend North Federal Highway, 1209 North Federal Highway is the flagship location of Casa d'Angelo. Angelo Elia is back
Nice.
from his annual visit to his native land of Italy. But even when he's gone, he's got all the great chefs that are set up in all the locations. Another Angelo Massimova is
Yeah,
at
he's
the
great.
original, and we had a great
Yeah,
time when
good
we
dude.
did a show there a couple of months ago. And then, of course, there's up in Boca and Aventura, whether it's for a celebration or just a Saturday date night with your partner. There is no finer experience than Casa d'Angelo. And hopefully we're going to maybe
Man, I'd love to
also
get back
get
in
in
there.
soon to
Check the bakery out. That'd be
Angelo
super fun.
Elia Bakery Bar, which is also right down on East Oakland Park Boulevard, and all kinds of high quality pastries, coffees, all that stuff. Casa d'Angelo. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, tomorrow I got to get some rest because it's going to be a big day.
a big busy day. Tomorrow.
Defo, are you up for?
You're going to be all
doubleheader?
right. I mean, I'm not worried about me. I'm
Man, it
worried
ain't
about
Defo
you.
right now.
I'm worried about me.
This is you.
I
But-
do want to see the new configuration of runway.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
no.
haven't been in there, you're going
I've
to be
not been
blown
in there
away.
since they
It
did it,
looks
yeah.
like you're in the middle of the set Goodfellas, that
Yeah.
Copacabana scene, that beautiful like banquettes, red velvet.
Nice.
It's always
I'll
hard
let
to
you
talk
see
me
it
into going to
tomorrow.
the track.
Yeah,
It's always hard. Yeah.
So get your racing forms. You'll have a little bit of salad,
Yeah, we'll
maybe
go
a piece of
lightish.
sushi, and then we'll go.
I
in,
always go
boom,
light.
for the meatballs, the veal parm Danielle, the veal. That's like a veal
Ooh.
chop. with
Have you
the
already put in
vodka
like a couple of
sauce.
things? Or
Well, they're good about that's one
Mark
thing
knows
we don't
me.
need to order. They
They
go
go
above
man
and beyond.
Falsetto. He knows how I roll, and I'm gonna look for some miracle cure in the next
just rest and
12 to
liquid,
24 hours. Liquids
water and rest.
and rest.
You'll
Thank
be
you.
fine.
Thank you, Mom.
All right. That'll
Start
do.
taking Jardians. I think it works for everything.
They
I'll
don't tell you
start
what it's
dancing.
for, but you dance after.
Don't you? I mean, yeah,
What is
you
it
can't
for?
say this
I
anymore,
don't even know
but
what
I
it's
could
for.
finish the meatball here.
I wouldn't care if it was going to save my life. I would never take this stuff.
Just because of the
It was
commercial.
kind of like watching the WNBA in the beginning when they, bombarded you with those commercials. We got next, and you said, "I'll never watch this stuff." But over time, maybe it becomes.
When you get bored enough, and the only alternative is the political
Would you have laid
convention.
4.5 with Caitlin Clark last night? You'd have to be out of your mind not to have done it. And you would have lost.
Did
your
you
ass.
lose money?
You didn't.
No,
do
I
it.
didn't bet it. I didn't.
Okay, because if you start betting WNBA,
Yeah, we have a problem.
That would not be the lowest.
we might need an
That would
intervention.
not be the lowest.
Preseason football, summer league basketball.
Preseason football is like the World Series compared to WNBA.
He said it, not me. Sorry. All right,
We
that's
love
I'm
you,
going to do it
Sammy.
for today. Enjoy every sandwich. Thanks to Brian and Wicked Cheesesteaks.